looking for a place to stand here. Okay, this time instead of painting a truck or radio equipment or whatever, I'm going to show you what I'm doing to repair the floor in a travel trailer. I guess anybody that's familiar with travel trailers at all know that they inevitably develop leaks. Water gets in somewhere and will cause some kind of damage. This trailer is it's a 1979 Bendix Corsair. I got a great price on it with and it is titled and registered, which makes a lot of difference, at least to me. But it did have some damage. I could have used it the way it was, but I like to fix things. And the floor, this corner behind me, that's the right front corner of the trailer, and I think the water came in there. There's a molding strip that goes all along the outside edge, and I think at some point it had came loose one way or the other. Water got behind it and actually was down. The damage I could see appears to have been maybe from 6 or 8 inches above the floor is where it appears to have come in. And part of why I'm doing this is for people, like in so many things, you know, there's probably a lot of people that would like to be able to go camping and have some of the amenities of home, like an oven and a microwave and a coffee pot and whatever. And, you know, but these things, travel trailers can get kind of expensive. If you buy one that's in really nice shape and needs no work, then it may not be that outrageous for a lot of people, but you know, you're probably looking at probably at least $4,000 or $5,000 for a used one. And of course, you know, now I had at one time when I lived in Kansas, I had a 1967 Airstream, 27-foot Airstream. Those are the Cadillacs of camping trailers, travel trailers, whatever you want to call them. But those are the best, and I kind of wish I had kept that one, but I sold it to move back to Kentucky. Anyway, if you can't afford to buy something that's in good shape, you can buy one like this. Let's say I gave $375 for this trailer, and other than this problem and that the propane furnace and the refrigerator had been taken out, they had probably quit working, I guess, or anyway, they were gone, and I got replacements for those at a great price too. I got a propane furnace and a really nice Norcold refrigerator, one of the bigger, newer ones. I got both of them for $40, and I don't know, good luck finding a deal like that. But anyway, they came out of an older motor home, and but other than that, you know, this trailer didn't need that much work. And the point being that, you know, you can, if you're willing to do a little bit of work to fix some things like this, you can get a travel trailer fairly cheap and do a little fixing on it, and then be able to take your family or whatever and go enjoy the great outdoors. And so I want to show you what I'm having to do to this. I was going to start it kind of from the beginning, but that didn't work out. I didn't do it, and now we're where we're at. I've already torn out, if you can see behind me, I've already taken all the paneling off the wall, all the way to where, behind where the refrigerator is going to go. If this will pivot, I don't know if it is or not. I don't think I can pivot it this way. I'll have to take it down or something and show you. But anyway, I've got the paneling off the walls because I wanted to see what all damage, if any, may have been in the walls. And fortunately, as you can see, I mean, there was really no water damage anywhere except the bottom 8 inches or so of that corner, as I said, and what would in a house be called the rim joist. That's the outer frame, and then you have your floor joist running across this way. The rim joist on the bottom over there was gone. This is some of the pieces of it. Very rotted. I don't know if this was treated wood or not. I think probably not. But you can see this was, and this is dried out since I've exposed it. It was wet. And that was from water from maybe a long time ago, because I have not seen any water come into it. Somebody had tried to patch it up some on the outside with some success apparently, but there had been enough water that had got in over the years that this whole thing was bad, again, from this corner all the way to the propane furnace, about 8 feet. And you have this and the floor joist that come this way. On top of that is a sheet of plywood, and then on top of that is the stud wall. And if I tip this down, and I will tip this down in a minute, and you'll be able to see the bottom plate of the stud wall is fine. It was the plywood and this that was bad, and I've taken all that out. And what I've done, let me tip this down. Trying to guess where this will be. That should do it. You can see the metal floor pan, the metal floor pan of the trailer. That's underneath. You can see in the corners over there the floor joist. This is a piece. This piece was still fairly solid, but I cut it out anyway. And just to show you where this goes, there's one about here, and then one here, here, every 12 inches or so, all the way down. So this goes, the floor joist and the rim joist sits on top of that sheet metal floor pan. But what I got to do, you see this is loose. This is my new rim joist, and I've got it marked for where I'll be fastening the new floor joist to. And I just wanted to show you that. and then I can kind of get it out of the way for the moment. And what I'll do, I'll set that rim joist over here on the floor, and I'll take my new pieces of floor joist and fit them to it like this, and then go through with 3 or 4 inch screws and fasten these pieces, new pieces, to the rim joist. And now that in itself is not enough, because you can see this floor pan out here, there's nothing on the outside that holds it up. Right here there's the frame underneath the travel trailer, and so that's good and solid, but out here there's nothing to hold it. And just a piece of wood sitting here like this with your stud wall sitting on it, that's not enough support. So what I'm going to be doing, I'll put these new pieces in, as I said, but alongside each one, I'm going to cut, and this linoleum, here in a few minutes, I'm going to go ahead and cut this out all the way around and take it up out of the way, which will leave the plywood floor. It's 5/8 inch plywood. I'll expose that all the way over. Now, alongside of these short pieces that I'm going to put in and replace, say like this one, right there is the old one where I cut it off. Alongside these, I'm going to cut some 3-foot long pieces and fit them in back under the plywood, go all the way back, and then bring them out against the rim joist, the same place that'll be. And then I'll go down through here, through the plywood, with some probably 2.5 inch or so screws. So I'll screw this plywood to the top of the longer one. And after I do that, I'll run screws through the side and screw the longer one to the short one. That way I'll have this plywood and the screws holding it with another scabbed on piece of floor joist, and that will be enough strength to hold up the stud wall without any problem. But if you understand, you know, just putting some new pieces from here out would do nothing, especially when the pivot joint, the frame of the travel trailer underneath is right there. If this frame was out here, I wouldn't worry about it. It'd be fine. But I got to have more support out here. And so since I can't, I'm not going to try to put anything underneath the trailer, I'll use those longer ones, and by them being screwed down all the way back into here, 18 inches, and this floor holding them down, and then the new piece of plywood floor will sit on top of that and get screwed to all of it. So I think you get the idea. That will make for a good sturdy floor. And then beyond that, let me loosen this and pivot it around. I'm almost at 15 minutes, so I'm going to shut this off and then start it again because I want to upload these in 15-minute segments.